Well, welcome back. Check it out. Friends at Summit sent us a box. My friends? I don't think they're really my friends. I think they're more like my drug dealer or something. Got me all hooked and keep taking my money now. But anyway, we would open it up over here, but this is all wet because it rained like hell earlier today. I think there's about 1.5 inches of rain in the rain gauge. We'll get it opened up. I mean, I know what's in there. I mean, there's bolt kit for the intake, bolt kit for the valve covers, water pump. That might be it. Oh, and there's a breather. $300 worth of stuff. Anyway, we got the balancer on. I mean, you can kind of see that through the bag. Balancer's on. Valve lash is set. You know, all that good stuff. All of these are got thread sealant on them, and they're tight. These here. Maybe we'll get it together for sure by this weekend. Get the pan on it. Pan, flex plate, water pump. That might be all it needs at this point. Then we can set it in the car. Right now it's looking like what I'm going to have to do is jack the car up. Oh, that tire's going flat. Jack the car up, move the plywood out from under here, and just set it, I don't know, probably in this area somewhere. Probably need to buy a couple more sheets of plywood. It just makes it easier moving the engine hoist around, and I'll need to get the engine from over there to out here before I can pick it up. And if you got plywood to roll it across, it makes it a lot easier. So I'll probably need to buy a couple more sheets of plywood. And then we'll get the car from over there to over here. And if it acts like it's going to get to be 100 degrees again, we do have a pop-up we can set over top of the car, so at least make a little shade. Maybe if we're productive and not lazy this weekend, maybe we can actually get this set down in the car. That'd be kind of awesome. I don't know if it'd be running yet or not by this weekend, but I mean, 10 years ago, oh yeah, we'd had it running this weekend. We'd had it running for sure, but we're 10 years older and 10 years less ambition. So we're gonna get the box opened up, probably get the water pump put on, maybe get the intake bolts swapped out, valve cover bolts put in, you know, get us some general progress made. So, color me confused. So here's the new water pump. It's a Millodin, I guess is how you pronounce it. It fits exactly the same way this one does. So here's what I don't understand. So you see this bolt hole here? There is nothing. All right, let's line this up. So now we'll come over here and look and see this bolt hole. There's nothing here to hold it. Is it supposed to be that way? There's bolts, there's behind all the rest of them. But that one that's right there, it doesn't line up with nothing. And that other one's exactly the same way, so I don't know, maybe I just spent $130 or whatever that pump was for nothing. Why? Can't say because race car, because it's not even a race car. Lord. Fun fact, the ARP, right here, 351 Windsor with Edelbrock RPM air gap. That's him right there. Edelbrock RPM air gap. So when you try to put them in, as you saw over there, I had 4 of them that I had lubed up, and I'd taken the bolts out and put them in, and they're all 1/8 of an inch too long. Yep, I should have just bought a intake bolt kit for the, you know, regular intake bolt kit instead of the one that said for the RPM air gap. But who knows, maybe they'll fit the Victor Jr. But they're definitely too long for that. At least 1/8 of an inch, every one of them. So, you know, that was a waste of, I don't know, 40 bucks, $38, $28, $38, I don't even remember now. But remember when I said I'm not a real smart man? Yeah, I'm not. And just playing devil's advocate here, maybe they work with factory iron cylinder heads. They do not work with the AFR cylinder heads. So it should come with a little note that says, will not work with AFR cylinder heads because they're too long. Anyway, we found a couple of different bolts to put in there so it doesn't look quite as bad. Still not great, but whatever. We'll deal with that later. It's not going to keep it from running, hopefully this weekend. All right, so we're probably going to be about done for the night. I found all the bolts I need for the water pump. So they're all right here. I actually set a water pump on a timing cover over here and found bolts that all fit before I go and glue everything up and try and put it on there. And all of a sudden I'm like, shit, I ain't got any bolts. And then I'm scrambling to try and find stuff that fits. So I actually got them all out, cleaned them up, painted them. We'll let that dry overnight. We're going to need to move that because if it rains, it'll get wet. As apparently, obviously, as you can clearly see by this, it'll get wet. All right. So I got some of the intake bolts changed. I need to paint them or do something with them if I'm going to leave these on there. I'd really like to have an ARP kit on it, but right now I just need to get over that. So we're going to go in the house, eat some leftover steak from yesterday. I did open up the valve cover bolts. I got them all in on just this side just to see how it would look. There's no anti-seize on them yet, so I need to redo it. I think that's going to look pretty good. What do you think? I mean, hopefully you can see that. It'd look better if it had nice bolts up there, but here's what it is. And a little tech tip, which I just learned because, so these are 5/16, but they're 12 point. I couldn't find a 12.5 5/16 in all that crap I've got. Granted, I gave up pretty quick. I've got a lot of 6-sided, but no 12-sided. But an 11/32 6-sided fits great. And since they're not a high torque item, it just buzzes them right down. So remember that. 5/16, 12 point, 11/32, 6 point will fit, or it will work. If it works, is it really stupid? Yeah, sometimes it still is, but it works. So now that'll really do it for now. We're going to go in, eat leftover steak from last night. It was the better half's birthday yesterday, so we went and did a little shopping, and then went out to eat and had some leftovers. So, fat guy, I'm sweating. I'm going to go and get something to eat. See ya.